Hi, I'm Protogenius, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a helicopter out of paper. So, first off, what we're going to need is a regular sheet of copy paper, a pair of scissors, and a pen. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of copy paper and make a square with it. What we're going to do is we're going to cut off the excess very carefully because we're going to save this piece for our blades for this helicopter. Alright, so now put this off to the side. We're going to need that for later. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and fold the other direction. Kind of make an X with our piece of paper. So let's see, there's an X. We've got a line here, and a line here. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of flatten that, make a triangle with it. Fold again. Do this there. Right into the center, like that. Then we're going to fold that again the other direction so we have defined lines right there. So now we should have kind of an X shape with this and triangle. Then we're going to open this up, flatten that out just like that. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take that, we're going to take the side that's open and fold over the top right into the middle, right here. Just like that. Go all the way to the corner, right here, and fold it right to the middle. If you can see that, you should be able to see it on the next one. Just do it on one so far, just like that. Into the middle. You should be able to see it like that. And you do the exact same thing on the other side. Right here. Right there, you're going to just fold it right into the middle, like on the last one. Right here. So once you've done this on both sides, you're going to flip it over. Do the same thing on the other side of our piece of work here. Fold it right into the middle. Right to that line right there. And do the same thing on this side. Right to the middle. Okay. So we should have should look like this from above. That should be the bottom. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make a line, fold this straight over this direction. And then turn it over and do the exact same thing the other direction. This is so that we have a line to work off of right here. You can see that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to open that up. So you can see these lines right here. Our top line. We're going to open that, fold right along that line we just made, and crease it right here. Right up to the point. On both of those. Right up to the point. You're going to fold that down. Just like that. Okay. Same thing on the other side. Right here. Fold that open. Go along this line right here. Right up to the points. fold it right back over again. So from below it should look like this. And from the top it should look like this. Okay, now we're going to do that again. Fold it into the middle on one side. Right here. All the way down. Just like that. All the way to the point. Do the exact same thing on the other side. Just fold one at a time. And don't do two, because you're going to need to do the other side separately. Okay, now you're going to flip that over to the other side. Should look like that on one side. Fold it into the middle. All the way down to the bottom. Along that crease right there. Try to get it as far into the corner as you can down here. This area. Alright, there's that one. And the last one right here. Okay. Now from there, you can see we've got our folds all the way to the bottom, all the way down, on both sides. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to open it up just a bit and grab one of these ends right here. Pull that forward. Kind of leave those together like that. You're going to crease it right here just a little. Push that out kind of. And then flatten this out. Keep this end flat right here the best you can. Just like that. So you're going to put that on your table there. Kind of flatten that out. Just like that. So you don't want this to stick straight down. You want this to kind of come backwards just a little bit, if that makes sense. And so you're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So what you're going to do is you're going to flip that over, open this up, grab our end right there, kind of fold right here to this corner, if that makes sense, on both sides. Flatten that out right there, and push this in just a little right there, if you get what I'm saying. Kind of like that. Just make sure our ends match up just right. Or make sure both of these pieces that are coming down match up just right. They mirror each other on the top and on both sides. Okay, so it should look like this now. And it's going to start to look like a helicopter here in a second. I don't know if you can see the shape at all. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this top piece right here. This is going to be where our propeller mounts. We're going to open this up just a bit on the top. We're going to flatten it out a bit and fold this part upwards, just like that. Okay, and you're going to kind of crease that. Flatten that out, kind of make it go not straight up, but a little bit pointed forward, because this is going to be the front of your helicopter here. So flatten that out. It should look kind of like that. It's not going to be exactly in line with this right here. If you see what I'm saying, it's not going to be exactly in line. It's going to be a little bit off that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take that piece right here and fold in right here on both sides. Kind of make this outside crease, that outside crease, and this inside crease kind of parallel to each other as best you can. There's one. Do the same thing on the other side. You can see that. Same as on the other side. So yeah, kind of fold it in like that. Then go ahead and fold that again. One second. Fold it in half. Make sure you line up fairly decent. Okay, now fold that again right here. It's going to be a little bit harder because the paper's getting thick here now. I'm turning it over. Fold it right into the middle, like we did on the last one. You can see that. It's getting thick right here, so it might take a little bit of a push. Okay, so you can fold that in. You can see how the one's folded in more than the other. So you're going to take and do that on the other side too. Crease it right into the middle. Right here. Just like that. Okay, so this should be rolled up good into the middle there. So now it should be just about big enough for the propeller to mount on there. Like that should be fairly small around. Okay, now we're going to take this and we're going to fold down this front piece right here. This is going to be our cockpit of the helicopter. Kind of match it up with this line right here. Fold it right to the tip, like that. Do the same thing on the other side, kind of mirror that. Fold it down, and make that match up good right there. Okay, just like that. Now, we're going to take this back piece right here. We're going to fold it up, kind of flatten it out at the bottom, crease this upwards like that. You're going to kind of make a bit of a crack right here. You can see my finger right or my hand right behind it. So there's a crack right there between those two pieces. We want that, try to make it kind of match up with each other. And then what we're going to do is take that, and this is going to be the back of our helicopter. It's back to our back propeller. And we're going to take that now, fold it down again, kind of make that go as straight back as possible from the front end of the helicopter. Kind of like that. Just kind of straight back. So now there should be a good gap right there, if you can see that. Okay, now we're going to shape the bottom of our cockpit now. Now take this, you can see this, you can have like 1/3 of it left. When you fold this over, reach inside there, fold that over. Don't fold that all the way to the middle, or don't fold that all the way to the point. Just gonna fold it partially there. Gives it that really cool shape. And then just mirror the other side to be like the first one. Make them match up really good. Right there. You can see it's starting to look like a helicopter a bit. Then we're going to take this bottom piece right here that's sticking down really far, and we're going to fold that under, up and under, right here. Kind of, you can see where this comes in right here. Kind of match that up with that line, and then mirror it on the other side. Do the exact same thing. Okay, match up these lines right here too, those points, right there. Okay, now that should be fairly well mirrored now. This is going to look kind of like a weird flying fish at this point, if you can see that. Okay, so now you're going to take that and we're going to make our skids. So if you come to the back of it right here, open that up and fold this over. Just like that. Now try to make these fold about the same distance so that the skids are both as long, or the same length from this area so that it matches up on both sides. Otherwise, it's going to kind of tip to one side as when you set it down on your table or floor or wherever you're doing with it, up on your shelf. Just kind of match it up the best you can. Just like that. You can see. So now they're both folded out. They should be about the same even, you know. So now you could set it down like that, but we're going to bend up the very tips of this to where it goes up. So we got it like this, right here. Just kind of get in there and fold it upwards, like that. Kind of push that in, bend it up, just like that. You can see that. All right, then we're going to fold up the other side. Do the exact same thing as the first one. Fold it upwards, just like that. Try to make it match. Looks better if you make it match. It doesn't look all weird, like one skid longer than the other. So there, now they both match fairly well. And we're almost done with the body part of the helicopter now. Let's see how it pans out. Now what we're going to do is, this is for the tail here, we're going to make the tail so it can hold the blade on it. So what we're going to do is kind of open it up a little bit, flatten it out a little, and fold this over, kind of like that. So it folds over, then we're going to flatten it back out, and crease this in right here. Right there. So it has that shape to it. Make sure that stays good. To this side. Now we have our place to mount our tail rotor, our tail blade. And the helicopter is ready now to mount our blades on there. So we're going to make our blades now. So we're going to take our leftover piece of paper, get about 1.5 inches from the end, fold straight over. Try to make this as straight as possible. Match up your lines here. Okay, we should have a good fine line there. Take your scissors and cut that line. There you go. This is our tail rotor. This is our top rotor. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold this 2 different directions. We're going to fold it right in half. Just fold it in half. I'm going to open that up. And fold it in half again this direction. I'm going to open it up, and there should be a fairly defined X there, if you see what I mean. And so from there, what we're going to do is we're going to take that and roll it up into the middle to where it matches up with the middle. We're going to do that on both ends now. So, take that and roll it, just like that, all the way across. Now we're going to roll that over again. Now this part shouldn't take you a ton of time. So, roll it over, roll it over, roll it over. Now if it doesn't match up exactly in the middle, just try to get them as good as possible. My God, you can see our lines off just a little right there. That's what I'm going to roll it over one more time and then let the other side compensate for it. Okay, so we got one line one rolled in. So we're going to do the other side now. Try to make them match as best you can, because it makes it look better that way. that one, roll it over, roll it over, and roll it over. Last one. You see how that matches up pretty well right in the middle there. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this over on the end here. Try to make both ends match as we're doing this. Try to fold that over. Then we're going to take this now and fold that in half where it was creased before. They should match up. If they don't, then just kind of, you can redo that line if you have to. You see that right there? Okay, make them match up the best you can. You're going to open that up. You're going to take that, fold this piece down and over. It's going to go inside. So you're opening it up on both ends. Again, fold it over, down and inside. All right, then you're going to fold those back together. Make sure these little pieces kind of overlap each other. One over the other. All right. Now we're going to prep our middle now for being able to have a hole in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to open up right here where our line is, kind of make it match up right there. I'm going to take and open it up, crease it on both sides, just like this. So it kind of makes kind of jets out. It's going to make kind of a mouth shape here in a second. So we're going to flip that over and do the exact same thing on the other side now. Open this up just a little right here. Make it match up to that crease right there. Do the same thing to the other side. Right there. So now we should have a bit of a mouth shape. My lines aren't matching up perfect there. I'm sure that'll drive a few of you crazy. Alright. But you can see now we got a mouth shape right there. So we're going to fold that over. You should be able to see both sides of it now. That needs to come out just a little bit more. Try to make it as square as possible on this part. So yeah, it should be folded out just right now. Both sides. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to take this piece, and just kind of fold it out so it lines up with that right there. If you can see that. So the top should look like this now. The bottom should look like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to push this down in the middle, kind of make it look like a mouth on the top now. Kind of crease that in right there. Like that. Okay, now we're ready to put our hole in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our pen. We're going to poke a hole right in the center of this area, right there. So go ahead and poke a hole right there. If you can see that right there. Now that is ready to mount on top of our helicopter. So we're going to take our helicopter now and slide down on top of the blade. Put the blade on top of it. There we go. Now slide this down as far as possible for this part, because we're going to have to do something to the top here so that it holds the blade on. Now what we're going to do is just kind of pick a place, like, it depends on how much space you want on top of the helicopter, to let the blade move up and down and around in this spot, but kind of fold it over. And fold it over again. Kind of like that. And fold it over again. Kind of make the top kind of stick out on there. So then you're going to take this piece that's left over, and stuff it into this little crack right here. That's when you have the blade down as far as possible, because you need to open it up a little bit, just like that, and take and stuff that excess piece down inside of it. You can see that. Now, there's your top. Right there. You see how it's stuffed inside of that? Okay, now our top is done. Now we need to turn it over and do the back side of it. So we're going to take our other piece of paper, do the exact same thing we did to the last one. Doesn't matter which order you fold it in. Just fold it long way. I'm folding it long ways now. So we should have that X shape right there. Take and roll it. 1, 2, 3. It's rolled into the middle. Again. 1, 2, 3. Should be meeting up in the middle now. Okay, now take and fold your ends in. Now, depending on how far you fold it, will make the difference in how big your tail rotor is. Okay, so those are folded over now. Open it up, fold them inside. Alright, push them in. Okay, now you're going to fold it in half again, right here. Do our little mouth fold here. Just like that. One side. To the other side. Just like that. Now, like I said, it should look like a mouth now. Now fold that flat. Both sides. And then you're going to take your pen, push that down in the middle, make your mouth shape with it. Right there. Poke a hole right in the center. Not incredibly big for this one, because that tail piece is not as big as the top. Alright, so we got our hole now. Take the back of our helicopter and put that on it. There we go. Now take this piece right here, flatten it out just a bit, and crease it so that it won't let the blade come off on the end. If you can see that right there. Try to make it look as uniform as possible, because it's really easy to make this part sloppy if you don't try. Alright, and our helicopter is done. As you can see, top blade turns, back blade turns, and that is how to make a paper helicopter. I'm Protogenius. Make sure to check out my next videos. I've got a SR-71 I'm going to be putting up soon. Have a great day. Good luck.